Cats fans, stand up to your full height. There we are. What a result. What a game. Geelong, Sydney, grand final rematch, and you may as well call it a grand final replay. The Cats home by 93 points in an absolute demolition job, not even at the MCG this time around, at GMHBA, down the highway. And what a performance. Did not see that one coming. But very, very pleased with the result. And all of a sudden, the season doesn't look so miserable as it did at the start. 0-3 didn't look too good, and it looks a little bit scrappy early days. But, yeah, just starting to get back into a bit of a groove and playing some more footy that's more in line with what we expect, what we would probably have been trying to get towards. Tonight was brutal, absolutely brutal. So, yeah, Sydney definitely had some players out of, McCartan brothers out, Franklin, Amani's also been out. So, yeah, they've definitely got a fair bit of experience that's out. So we've got to take that into consideration. But once again, at the contest, the coalface, it was very, very similar in the midst of, the grand final. Just looking at the scoreline, pretty sure we kicked 6-5 in the opening term in the grand final. I won't pull it up. We'll lead by 36 at half time in the grand final, 35 there. Lots of similarities with how the game sort of panned out. And, yeah, we got our way because we worked really hard. And that was obviously a big part of it. So, yeah, the start was really good. A goal very quickly on the board. Then Hayward kicked one immediately after. We're like, all right, this is going to be a bit of an arm wrestle. And, yeah, we're able to just with, sheer willpower through the contest, just able to sort of get that leg drive out of the stoppage and really make it difficult. I mean, Sydney had to be amazing in the midfield to be half a chance. And, we were able to get on top in that area, and with no McCartan brothers and no Rampy, another player I mentioned that wasn't playing, Hawke and Cameron were destined to have a pretty good evening, and they did. They certainly did. They dined out and both had a big night each. The pressure was incredible from the Cats. We just saw, Sydney had no time and space. We didn't allow them to, flick the ball around and have it on their terms. And even when they did go up forward, it was pretty sort of tough going, and the back line was, super stingy, which is great. And that all comes off the back of great pressure up the field, which the midfield and the forward line did an excellent job on doing. And that obviously clearly helped out the back line in a big way, and, helped solidify what was a significant score. We've kicked some big scores the last few weeks, and you see that game against Hawthorn, you go second half or that third term, 10 goals, 5, like, okay, but against Hawthorn, not that every team would be able to kick 10 goals, 5 to zip, with 21 inside 50s, like that'd be a pretty rare feat. And then West Coast, 9 goals in the second term just to completely put the game beyond doubt. And now you see, all right, cool, against we believe Sydney to be a good team and should be up there in the top 6 sort of region. A few injuries, as we mentioned. Geelong have a few players out as well. Probably not to as much structure and calibre as Sydney. But, I'm not going to talk too much about injuries. I'm just going to talk about how good we were and how we stood up again. And, there's lots of talk with these types of games going, the motivation to win it and make up for lost time. It's very hard to, make up for lost time when, you lose in the grand final in an embarrassing fashion. And that's what this is. It's another embarrassment, really, for the Swans. And even with, some of their talent in the side probably means it's not a 93-point margin. It might be a 10-goal margin or something like that. But super pleased with how we went about it. Just the cohesion. We just looked like a team that was, in sync. The run and carry game was great. And our execution going inside 50 was awesome. And then the execution to finish off. So it's just green ticks everywhere with how we went about it. Loved the pressure. Loved the hustle throughout the night. We just gave it, absolutely red hot crack, and just did not allow Sydney a sniff, which was great. So, I love the pressure acts. I love the smothers. I love the chase downs, from Brad Close on Chad Warner. Those sorts of things that get you out of your seat, and you just marvel at it. So, the execution on goal, as I mentioned earlier, it was just terrific. Like, last quarter kicked a couple of points, but 18-5, and just the set shots that we were kicking as well, and the shots at goal just straight through the middle, just absolutely perfect. So, yeah, it was a night to celebrate, with the unveiling of the flag, and obviously the Anzac sort of day heroics about it as well, and the Anzac round. It was just, a really special night. Joel holding the cup, and then Geelong to go out the way they did. Exemplary performance, and back on track now, sitting at 3-3. So that was a bit of a review of, I suppose, how the mechanics of the game panned out. Just, we didn't allow Sydney to play the way they wanted to, and conversely, we probably didn't get as much pressure put on us. But our ability to break away from stoppage and just not allow Sydney easy looks was excellent. And, like, our looks inside 50 were great. And then an undermanned backline for Sydney, he kind of left out to dry, really, when the midfield pressure isn't too spot on. But that's a wrap of the game. In terms of the numbers and crunching the numbers together, so just completely outpossessed the Swans. Lots of footy, plus 76 there in disposals. 54 inside 50s to 40, just deadly efficient inside 50, and we'll see that shortly. Kicked the ball really well, used it really well throughout the night. And then, you look at this, it's polar opposites. When Sydney went inside 50, it was tough going. And then when we went inside 50, 6 out of 10 times, there was a score. 60% is, a mammoth result. 25-20 in the free kicks. Sydney won the hit-outs. We won the clearance battle. Pretty smack bang, though. That's quite damning. I mean, that's where you have the same amount of clearances, but Geelong's clearances were just breaking away from stoppage and out the front door, so they just weren't able to close off those exits at the Swans, and were able to, ultimately make them pay. Around the grounds, we did well there. It didn't really feel like Sydney got more centre clearances, but they did. Plus 20 in contested possessions, that's a smashing there. Great working on the outside, really good as well. When you win more of the footy, you're generally going to have more contested ball and uncontested ball. Generally makes sense. Turnovers, Swans, small turnovers, which also seems to be logical, considering we caused them into a lot of turnovers with our pressure. The marks were good. We didn't allow Sydney too much control, and then we were able to sort of control it ourselves, but moved the ball really well. 22 in marks inside 50 to 5 was just an absolute demolition job there. Plus 17 in that department, and Sydney, no Franklin, no Reid, no. I'm trying to think who else. Amadi. I don't know if I mentioned Franklin already, but they didn't have too much marking presence inside 50, and midfield pressure helped out a lot. Contested marks doubled in that space. We were really good in the air. 20 goals to 5. I think we've kicked possibly 20 goals the last 3 weeks. Maybe I'll have to validate that, but we've been very potent. Our percentage is going to look super juicy, and I can't wait to look at the ladder. I know we're 7th, but I don't know. Don't know what the percentage looks like just yet. But led from start to finish, which was awesome. Sydney tackled a little bit more, as you'd expect when you don't have as many possessions. You spend more time tackling, and that was what happened there. Tackles inside 50, we saw Sydney with their forward line pressure there, 6 for us, a couple of bounces, and some more 1%ers from Swans. Not to be for their night. Let's look at the numbers. Moving into the players, very tough to sort of go through the votes. At least, probably the 2 votes is really tough. Anyway, I'm going to go have a crack at it. Anywho, Dangerfield, clear standout. He was, very impressive. He was back to his absolute best. Kicked a goal, 31 disposals, 6 marks, a couple of tackles, 7 clearances, 3 goal assists, nearly 600 metres gained, and he played 3/4 of the game. So they're just doing a great job resting Paddy, and when he is on, he's just maximum impact, maximum damage. He was just I felt like every ground ball, he was there. He was leading out of stoppages, out of packs, and running and carrying with the ball. It was, finished off with a great goal. It's just vintage Paddy. So he was magnificent. The 2 votes, pretty tough. I'm going to go with Jeremy Cameron for the 2 votes. He kicked 5, 17 touches, 6 marks, a tackle, goal assist. It's been one of the all-time best trades, I reckon. We gave up a fair bit, which is fair. Got us the premiership, which is great. 3 first rounders, but gosh, he's just been worth every cent. And yeah, he wants to kick 100 before the season's out. So he's got 27 at the moment, averaging 4.5 goals a game. He's just been absolutely awesome, and one of my favourite players. I just love the way he goes about it, and he just kicks goals. So yeah, he's a great man. One vote. I'm going to go Mark Blitzarves for the one vote. Where is he? Might be a little bit down the list. Yeah, so Blitzarves, I was nearly thinking of giving him the 2, but Cameron 5 up forward was great. Even on Robbie Fox, who in the grand final didn't really give him too much leeway. Kicked 1 goal late on him, and then he got a handball from Paddy, which probably not really Robbie Fox's fault. Blitzarves kicked a goal, 15 touches, 3 tackles, 15 hitouts, 6 clearances and a goal assist. I thought, his just work inside the contest was great. He was, just his ruck craft was nice to see. And then it was just had a moment there, I felt like in the third, where he was just beast mode. He was just winning the ball, running out of packs, and just left Sydney out to dry, really. And I really liked his performance. It was just really, business-like, sort of in the trenches, getting it done. Loved it. Now to give pretty much every player a pat on the back, so I look forward to that. Tommy Stewart got the 23 disposals. He was awesome down back. 7 marks, 3 tackles. Did a pretty darn good job on Papley. He was just a machine down back. Clark played a little bit on him and Duncan to no avail, really. Then we had Max Holmes. Awesome game from him. Probably, a little bit unlucky not to get a vote there. He's 23, 4 marks, 7 tackles. We'd love to see that. A few clearances, 500 metres gained. Yeah, he just works, one of the hardest runners in the game. And his drive and carry has been absolutely awesome and definitely been noticed out in the last few weeks. Need to give him some votes pretty shortly, though. He's been playing, some exhilarating football. Ken Guthrie is back to some better form. Still does some funny little errors here and there, little mistakes, but I thought he was pretty tough as well. I mean, when your midfield demolishes the Swans the way they did, that goes without saying. 5 clearances in there as well with his 24 touches and 4 marks. Getting back to some better form though, and looked really good most of the night and tough in the clinches. Over to Jack Bowes, and he had 19, 6 marks, a couple of clearances for him as well. Yeah, he's going along quite steadily, and he's sort of run from half-back's really good, and his ball use is generally pretty decent. Set shot goal kicking straight in front, or at least drop punts. Probably not his best work, but he'll get better. He'll improve, but he's been good. O'Connor liked his game tonight. He was sort of doing a bit of tagging in the midfield, I think. But he ended up with 16, 6 marks, 5 tackles, a couple of clearances. Yeah, he was super tough and played a great role for the Cats, doing a little bit of work in the midfield on Parker and also Warner at times. Brad Close, what a man this guy is. One of my favourites yet again. My 4 favourite players, and I don't know how I have 4, but the 4 players I love the most: Tom Stewart, Mitch Duncan, Jeremy Cameron, and Brad Close. Just love these guys. Took a couple of goals for Closey. He ended up with 15, a couple of marks, 4 tackles, 2 goal assists. He's just getting the job done there, and 1 big holding the ball in the middle of the ground on Chad Warner, which I absolutely loved. I got out of the chair and ball. So it was really good. Love the way Close goes about it. Sam Simpson, long time coming. He's definitely had his struggle with injury over the journey, but he ended up with a couple of goals, sort of playing that half forward pocket role. 14 touches, 6 marks, and could have kicked 4 really. I think he missed 1 completely, and ended up with 2-1 at the end of the piece. But like the way he went about it. Has a few dance steps there, which we love, and he was selling candy all day. So good to see him back in good nick, and he played well. Gary Rowan had an interesting night, that's for sure. He kicked 1 goal, 4, had 11 disposals, 3 marks, 5 tackles. A goal assist. His pressure was great. His hands weren't. He dropped about every mark. He probably could have taken 8 marks, but he dropped about 5 or 6. But his pressure, his presence got on the scoreboard, and he's his pressure is definitely a big part of what helps the well-oiled machine. Tommy Atkins, speaking of well-oiled machines, he had 16, 6 marks, 5 clearances, goal assist in there as well for Tommy Boy. Yeah, played really well. Had a good role on AFL 360 plus. Loved the way he went about it. He's straight up and down, doesn't muck around. So, yeah, and Tommy, no different in the way he approaches his football. Yeah, he was just really tough and, doesn't allow the opposition too much time and space. He's all over him. Love the way he goes about it, Tommy Boy. Over to Collar. Jay Collar-Jasny. Gee, what a year he's having. Back into the thick of it. He had 17, 5 marks, a couple of tackles, and just taking the game on. Really confident in the way he's approaching it, and helping that drive off half back, and ultimately stopping Sydney from being dangerous as well, which he did a really good job of. Collar's much improved, which we love to see. Tommy Hawkins had not a lot of the ball, but maximum damage from Tom. He had 8 disposals. With that, he had 5 goals, 5 marks. I can't believe he kicked 5. I thought he only ended up with 4, but there you go. He ended up with 5 with Cameron, so that's just half the Cats' score basically. With that in mind, so he was dynamic up forward. Sydney didn't have much of a matchup for him or Cameron. Clearly exemplified by the 20 goals and 10 goals between those guys. So, Hawk getting back to some of his best footy. Love to see it. Zach Guthrie was good. He had 13, 5 marks, 3 tackles. So assured with the ball and in the marking contest as well. On the ground, he doesn't mind it. So, he's very multi-dimensional and loving the way he's sort of, approaching his game and sort of, being really tough to play against, which we love. Over to Isaac Smith, 19, didn't have the 3 or 4 goals this time around, but 19 disposals, 4 marks, had a tackle in there as well, and a clearance. His run and carry and drive is definitely significant, helps us play really well. Didn't have as much as he usually does, but it usually is in that 600-700 metres gained. Didn't get as much meterage, but again, uses the ball really well and generally, it's a good option for us. Brian Myers having a sneaky good season. Love the way he's been approaching it. He's had 17, 3 tackles, couple of marks, couple of clearances, and love this. He's the goal assist machine. Has been averaging almost 2 or 3 a game and setting up teammates, kicking those lasers and lacing people out. Keep up the good work there, Grind. Over to DK. Can't believe he had 10 possessions. Felt like he had 25. He was, super in the ruck and didn't play down back too much, but had the 11 hit-outs, 6 marks, and also a goal assist for DK. Looked good in the ruck. A lovely handball as well, which I believe led to that close goal. And, did a good job. Ollie Henry kicked a couple of goals. 11 touches, 3 marks, goal assist as well. So, fitting into the system really nicely and hitting the scoreboard, generally kicking a couple each week. So, that's definitely what the doctor ordered with Ollie and, did his job nicely. Radicalier was good. He had 11, 5 marks, not a lot of metres gained. He's, having a super season, kicking goals down back. As in, he's playing the role very well, and keep up that defensive work, punching balls out of bounds, all that good stuff. Over to Mitchy Duncan, who had 16 and 3 marks, goal assist in there. And it's weird because I felt like he played a really good game, being at the ground watching it, but he's sort of down the lower end on the disposal count and just general statistics. But he's halfback, he's really good there and a great distributor of the ball, getting better each week. Zach Tui kicked a goal. I think it was a nice goal. Might have been a long range. Yeah, it was a nice goal. The crowd went up and about. He had 11 next to his name, so a little bit of a quieter one. 4 tackles, goal assist. Mitch, I'll better talk about Tui. Tui, a very nice goal throughout the game, which we definitely enjoy seeing how he goes about it. And, he was sort of tough in that contest as well, playing on the wing at times. Keep it up, Reg. Final player we've got on the list, Mitch Never, who came on as the sub later on in the match, ended up with 3 disposals and even a goal assist in there. So nice work, Mitch, and might get a little bit more game time as we go. And there we go. That's a wrap at the clash between the Cats and the Swans. Let's have a look at the ladder, and let's have a look at who we have next week. I believe we have the Bombers. And that percentage is looking absolutely superb at the moment. Second best in the competition. In front of Melbourne. St Kilda don't concede much. They've conceded 297 points, which is great. Cats have leaked a little bit. But our forward prowess right up there with Brisbane, who have already played. But yeah, we've piled on some massive scores. And yeah, what a time. Let's move into next week. In which we play Essendon. This one's on the Sunday, 1:10. Cats are looking good, the goods there, and we'll see obviously how the Bombers go against the Pies. They for the Anzac Day clash, and they'll be playing on Tuesday, so that could be a 5-day break if my maths is correct for the Bombers, which might be a pretty tough ask. And then the Cats have a bit of a longer break and getting back to some better form. It would have been 50-50 probably for me a couple of weeks ago. I'm feeling good about how we will go about it. Essendon will be more difficult than probably previous times. However, I believe we're good enough to get the job done. If we play like we did against the Swannies, let's keep playing like that. So, yeah, it was a grand final replay 2.0. It was just pleasure to watch, and just great to see us playing some awesome footy, close to that 4-quarter effort, which we've probably been lacking a little bit, and we were able to sort of flex the muscle and put the foot on the throat, and obviously deliver an outstanding outcome. Guys, that's the review. Hope you enjoyed the game, and hope you enjoyed the review as well. Great game to watch, and if you haven't already, click the like button, subscribe away, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys that long watching fans and following on, listening into my rants each week about the Cats, and this week's a good week, so there you go. Guys, appreciate you all watching. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next video.